can talk a long time. First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone. Vicki and I tried to come around everyone's table. Thank you for making the trip. It's great to have you here for this special night. Second of all, I want to take this time to recognize my beautiful wife, Vicki. It's her birthday. Today is Vicki's birthday. She's going on the Medicare train with me now. It's a good feeling. So, I'll expound upon some of the stuff that Lauren was talking about. And the first thing is, Allie was a very strong-willed child. We took Allie back to Dr. Kidd. Some of you from Greenwood might know him, he's awesome. When she was 3 weeks old. Vicki said, "There's something wrong with this kid. She's holding her breath." And he basically said, he did some tests and stuff. Said, "There's nothing wrong with her. That's the only way she can get her way. She's that strong-willed. You're gonna have problems." So Dr. Kidd was right at 3 weeks, and it never really changed. When Allie was about 18 months old or 2 years old, we built a house on Brittenridge Parkway. A year or so later, we decided to put in a swimming pool. Allie was adamant she wasn't taking swim lessons until we informed her that she would not be getting in that pool if she didn't know how to swim. So then she enrolled and killed it at Center Grove High School at swim lessons. So she had to have it her way until she found out she couldn't win. Allie was about 8 years old. We started her a year early in travel soccer. So she's playing on her second year of travel. Well, you should have been a year older than that. Anyway, she accidentally scored an own goal. So for those of you that are in soccer, it's very frustrating. You guys might have been at the game, I don't know. Anyway, we had a coach, and I won't mention any names, but all he knew how to do when something like that happened was scream the kid's name at the top of his lungs. No instruction. So the parents are all watching as this unfolds, and he's yelling Allie at the top of his lungs, and Allie's standing in front of the goal with a ball in the goal, and she looks at him, screams across the field, "If you don't like the way I'm playing, take me out."
Yeah!
She was a little competitive and stubborn. Allie had tremendous skills. Patrick, Lauren, Christian would play all the time in their basement. Allie was as good with her left foot as her right. You couldn't tell the difference. She was a gifted young player, so she had real potential. Allie, another thing about Allie is super compassionate beyond belief. She's soft-hearted, loves all animals. That's something special about Allie. In Allie's world, all things are human. All animals, all cartoon characters. She believed. So she's so fun to be around. Just like Lauren said, she never grows old at Christmas. I don't know, she might have been in the 7th or 8th grade when she found out about Santa. All right, switching gears here. Both girls, when they were about 11, I showed them how to use the push mower, and they mowed our yard. And I paid them an allowance, and they did that. Well, Allie was the best yard mule I ever had. I would say, Allie, you know the creek gravel around the pool bushes got some weeds in it. I'd really like for you to go out there. I've had back surgery. I'd like for you to go pull those weeds for me. Allie would throw a tantrum, go off stomping, cry, scream. It's not fair. Lauren doesn't have to do it. And then Allie would go just knock it out. But she had to have her way first. Okay, ramp up to age somewhere around 12. Allie's in middle school, and or maybe 6th grade, I don't know. Her and another friend of ours wanted to take our Razor scooters, just little push scooters, down to Center Grove High School, which was just down the street, for a soccer game, a varsity soccer game. Vicki told Allie, don't take those scooters down there because someone might steal them. Just walk, it's 2 blocks. So, we didn't hear any more about it. Next day, Vicki's driving back in Brent Ridge Parkway. She, right before the bridge, glances over in the woods right next to where you cross to the soccer field. Hey, those look like our Razor scooters over there. So I gotta give my wife credit. She came up with this punishment for Allie, or, option. Basically, Allie had a cell phone by then, so did Lauren. So she had 2 choices. She could lose her cell phone for 2 weeks, or she could eat an entire can of lima beans in our presence while we watched. And she hated lima beans.
That's hilarious.
So diabolical, it was great. Vicki, Lauren, and I watched for a good 2 hours while Allie would eat 1 bean at a time, start gagging and then going into a puke circle. And she finally choked them all down. There again, she just has to learn the hard way sometimes. But she did say later in life that was the best thing ever, and she would use it on her kids too. All right, so Allie is very mechanical. I don't know if you guys know this. She's very handy with tools. Like I said, she's a good yard mule. She can lay out 100-piece something to put together, like racks or whatever, and if she sees it, she can put it together, no problem. So when it came time for Allie to drive, she could have driven when she was 12. She's very good behind the wheel. There was one exception, though, where Allie was driving a bunch of girls in front of Center Grove High School during summer workouts from the weight room down to the fields, while the boys were going from the fields to the weight room. We found this CRV down in Martinsville that was 6 years old, looked like brand new an old lady had. That was Allie's car. Well, she rear-ended another car at a stoplight in front of the high school and totaled it. So, yeah, she had the tools, but she didn't always pay attention. Allie was a great student. Allie always made wonderful grades. She did her homework. We were very proud of her. She ended up getting accepted into Kelly at IU. And for the whole 4 years she was in Kelly, she fought us like cats and dogs because she wanted to be a dang nurse. And I love nurses. But it didn't wash that well with us. So, Allie, as a result of that, lost out on a few interview opportunities, but nowadays, she's made the best of it. So, does anyone see a pattern here with Allie? Maybe strong-willed, like Dr. Kidd said, huh? So Allie gets to IU, And she does, like Lauren said, she parties, has a good time. She calls me late in her senior year, maybe April, I don't know when it was. Says, hey Dad, I went out with this guy and I really like him. And he took me, we went to dinner. I said, well, that's great, Alex. Who is this kid? Where's he from? And she said, well, his name is Raven, and he's from Lafayette. I said, I got one question, Alan. Is he a pretty good eater, or do you just peck around? That pumped her off, because she really liked Raven. As the years have passed, we've grown to love Raven so much. He is a great kid. He'll wreck your refrigerator, he'll wreck your bar, and he'll wreck your humidor. But there's no doubt in my mind, these two were meant for each other. They accent each other so well with support, and they're just going to be great together. And we are thrilled to have Raven and the Chamberlain family and all of Raven's family as well that's here. Wonderful people. With that, toast to these guys, and let's everybody have a great time.